Just got home from a run. Starving. It's time to cook.
I went to the beach for my run and look, I got sand all over my shoes.
Like I said, I just got back from a run, so I'm starving. I get really hungry after I exercise. I went on a run and I biked today, which is usually like double the amount of exercise I'd actually do during quarantine. So I'm gonna make something really quick and easy, and that thing is ramen. Ramen is really similar to fried rice, which I made last time, in that you can kind of make it however you want. You can put whatever you want into it. You can add different sauces to it. You can add different seasonings. Base thing, of course, is ramen noodles and some kind of broth to go with it. So the kind that I'm making today is my favorite kind and what I like to put in. Also what I had lying around in my fridge. You can switch it up. You can put in different vegetables, different proteins, different seasonings. This is just the kind that I like to make. And these are the ingredients that I'm going to use. These are the ramen noodles I have. I've never used them before. They were I think they were on sale at the grocery store, to be completely honest. We're gonna see how those go. I normally use like Manchurian basic ramen noodles, but I'm gonna try these out. We have some broccoli and asparagus, which were used in the last video. Some already cooked chicken that I'll just like heat up and toss into my noodles. I have some mushrooms that I'm gonna toss into there as well. Corn, which I'm actually going to roast like before I even put it into my broth. I have this awesome, like, it's called a stir fry kit, and it just has like a bunch of different vegetables in there that you can kind of like toss into the pan and heat up before you would toss it into like a noodle dish or a rice dish or anything like that. I really like it because one, it has a sauce in there already, and two, I like get a whole bunch of different vegetables for like a smaller portion because I'm only like one person that's eating this. Chicken broth that I'm gonna be using to boil my noodles in. I have ginger and lime in here. I'm gonna be using those for the sauce. Thai chilies making a guest appearance again in this video, and some ginger soy sauce. My sauce for this video is not going to be nearly as complex as it was for the last one. Before I get too far into this video, more people have been watching it than just my students, so introducing myself, my name is Haley, or Ms. Small as most of you would call me. I teach 7th grade math in Massachusetts. Our school district has been closed for like 3 or 4 weeks now. We still have about 3 weeks to go. I know I'm going crazy at home being stuck here. I think the kids are too. I do weekly check-ins with my kids online, and I ask them about the things that they want to see for the next week, and one of them said they wanted to learn how to cook, and here I am trying to do that. Honestly, at the end of the day, this is probably just something more to make fun of and make them laugh at their houses, which I am no stranger to. If you are in my class, you know what it is. Small world, let's go. Like in my last video, first thing I have to do is prep all my vegetables, so I'm going to have to cut up broccoli, asparagus, mushrooms, the chicken, and then the stir-fry vegetables, because they're already cut up. I just kind of get to like leave them as is, which is another reason why those are so great. Before or while I'm gonna prep those vegetables, I'm gonna start working on my corn. I went to a ramen restaurant a couple years ago, and they had a brown butter corn that I had in my ramen, and it was so good. And I've been trying to recreate it for the past 2 years. I haven't yet. Today might be the day. Who knows? We're gonna keep trying. I already have a couple cloves. I'm gonna melt some butter in my pot. I'm gonna combine it with the garlic and also some ginger. Gonna let it brown, and then I'm gonna toss my corn into that and kind of like let it simmer while I'm prepping my other vegetables. Tossing like half a tablespoon of butter in there. And now my garlic and my ginger finely chopped so I can toss it in with the butter. Before you turn on a stove, you follow these rules. 1, you make sure that you know what you're doing. 2, you make sure that there is an adult in your house that knows that you're using the stove and they're nearby. 3, you make sure that you have an oven mitt or a pot holder so that you can use that in case your pan gets hot. Now I can sleep at night. Turning our burner on to medium heat. We got a pot. Ramen, I'm gonna try and make it all in this pot right here, not using any other pans. Gonna let the butter melt, moving it around so that it melts evenly, then we'll toss in the garlic and ginger. The corn I'm using is frozen. Nothing wrong with a frozen vegetable, especially for ramen because it's all gonna get heated up and boiled anyway. It doesn't really matter how fresh your vegetables are. Most of my other ones are fresh vegetables, but frozen ones work just as well. I'm gonna toss that into the pot as my butter is almost completely melted, and I've tossed in my garlic and ginger. And then I start to just mix it all in so that all of the corn can get coated with butter. right away, and it'll kind of die down because you just tossed in a cold thing into a hot thing, and you know, convection happens. So you can just wait for the sizzling to come back up, and then you can keep mixing it around so that it gets evenly heated up. So while that's cooking, you can prep the rest of your vegetables. I wanted mushrooms, asparagus, broccoli, and then the stir-fry vegetables in mine. I thinly sliced my mushrooms. I'm gonna actually toss those in with the corn when the corn's almost done. My asparagus and my broccoli all cut into small bite-sized pieces. I have to feed the cats so that hopefully they'll come hang out with me and make a feature in the video again. Ah, look at that. They knew. What's up? You gonna come eat? He is like a little more like, will do whatever he wants. And she's more of like, you could like spill soup on top of her and she would apologize to you, you know? The sauce we're gonna make for this ramen is also gonna be really super easy compared to the last one that we made that had like 5 different parts to it. This one is really just soy sauce and lime, ginger. And these chilies, because you know I love these chilies. I got my bowl. I got my soy sauce. I got my chilies. I got my cut up ginger, only a tiny little bit, because guess what? Soy sauce already has ginger in it. I got my lime. I got my superior mixing utensil, the fork. I'm ready to make some sauce. Beautiful. So when I toss the asparagus, broccoli, and other vegetables in with the corn to cook, I'm gonna toss the sauce in there with them. I've already put the mushrooms in just because I know I want those to be like almost kind of crispy in my ramen. So I'm gonna let them cook longer than the other ones. We're just gonna get it like soft. Look at that. It smells so good, guys. Mushrooms are kind of starting to get like soft and brown. And like I said, I wanted them kind of crispy, so I'm gonna let them sit for a little longer in here. And if they don't crisp up, it's not the end of the world. I'll just toss the vegetables in a couple minutes. Fine. And then I know some people like to put like half of a hard-boiled egg into their ramen. I don't. That's not for me, so I'm not gonna put one in. Some people like to though, instead of something like chicken or shrimp. I've put the other vegetables in, and I'm actually gonna put the lid on top, so that's gonna help steam them. Mixing in the stir-fry vegetables into sauce, and now just giving like everything a good mix so it all gets coated up with everything we put in there. Look at guys, I wish you were here with me. It smells so good, it sounds good. I'm gonna take out the vegetables and the chicken that I have in the pot because they're all cooked, and I'm actually gonna put them into the bowl that my ramen's all gonna end up going into. Just because I don't want them to get boiled when I boil the noodles. I want them to stay kind of the way they are right now. What I'm gonna use is a chicken broth. I'm gonna cut it, which means I'm gonna add water to it. So I'm gonna use a ratio of like half chicken broth, half water. So like a cup of chicken broth and a cup of water together. Cup of water, cup of chicken broth. Got a seasoning packet with it. Don't know what that tastes like. I'm gonna put it in. A way for you to make sure that all your seasoning is like down towards the bottom of the packet and on the top, and it doesn't spill all over you when you open it. Hold it like this. And then you should be good. I'm gonna be honest. That seasoning packet smells real weird. And my broth is now green. The seasoning was not green. We live and we learn, people. We're gonna be fine. The noodles that I came with are also green too. I am now noticing on the package, it says rice ramen, underneath vegetable soup. So that's why everything's green. It's starting to boil. Time to toss in the noodles. Toss them in. Lid on top. And now we wait. 4 minutes usually is the time that you need to cook them. Or you just like kind of poke at it, and then once it's at your desired texture, take them out. That's what I look like when I go over a concept for like 45 minutes after you guys ask me to review it, and then immediately no one remembers what's going on. Steam it! There we go. Is it beautiful? No. Is it delicious? Yes. You know what else isn't beautiful? My classroom at the end of the day after y'all have been in it. Come on now. Unless you are in 010 tiny class. Thank you for cleaning my room. Shout out 010. Shout out also to Ethan and Dylan for subscribing to my channel for these, and anyone else who has subscribed that I just can't see your name under it, because somehow I went from 0 to 13 in 2 days. And guys, this is not that quality of content, but hey, if it's what you want, I'll keep doing it. Miss Jordan is on a run, so now I can't even offer any, so I have to eat it all by myself. If you like this recipe, if you have your own ramen recipe, let me know. You can let me know in the Google Classroom. You can comment below. I know for the last video that commenting wasn't turned on. I didn't even realize it. I'll turn it on for this one so that you guys can share your thoughts about it. You can leave me suggestions for things you want me to make on Thursday when I'll have the next video coming out. I was thinking pizza, but don't quote me on it. If you have a different idea or have an idea of a recipe you want me to try, I'd be more than happy to. But now it's time to eat.